Okay, next I'm call upon the next presenter, dear Rebecca, going to present on the topic of an analysis of factor that affects food choices of University of Zambia in the public health stream. Dear Rebecca, can you turn on the video, please? Thank you so much. I can see your face. Can you share your screen too? Okay, your screen is getting shared. Please talk something. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Your voice is audible.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen, your video, and your voice is audible. Now you can click on F5 or press slideshow.
Okay. My name is Rabecca Kayumba from Zambia, a student at Texila in public health. My topic, an analysis of factors that affect food choices of students at University of Zambia. Introduction. Most people now know that food choice is an important public health issue.
Sorry to interrupt, Rebecca. Please click on the slideshow button so that the screen will be enlarged. Click on the slideshow button, please.
Slideshow.
In the bottom right-hand side, you have a slideshow button near to the zoom in, zoom out. You can or press F5 key.
I press
F5 key, the function key in the top.
F5?
Yes. Press on it.
Hello?
Yes, please.
I can't see. Where do I press?
You have F5 key in the top, F1. Or else click on the slideshow menu in the top. Slideshow menu. Next to animations, home, insert. Okay, you can present with this mode itself. Click on second slide and you go ahead with the presentation.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes, please. Please continue.
Hello.
I can hear you, Ms. Rebecca. Please continue.
Okay. As most people know, food choice is an important issue that has significant health and economic implications. People make more independent eating decisions as they move through adolescence and especially during the university days. A crude population measure of obesity or overweight is a body mass index, the BMI. A person with BMI of 30 with a BMI equal to or more than 25 is considered overweight. An ideal body weight ranges between 18.6 and 24.9. Nutrition, overweight, and obesity can negatively affect the immune system, but nutrition interventions can act as immunostimulants and help in the prevention of both communicable and non-communicable diseases. It is interesting that Hippocrates 2,500 years ago stated that let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, meaning that in food we can find medicine and in food we can find poison. therapeutic nutrition emphasizes on proper nutrition intake. So food choices can influence the nutrition status of both developed and developing countries. COVID-19 pandemic affected a lot of people seriously who had underlying factors. This is the reason why there's need for positive changes in dietary patterns as the world anticipates for new viruses and other pathogenic microorganisms due to human activities. Metabolism of food can be efficient if a diet is well balanced because of the requirement of all nutrients in that process of metabolism. So with a good routine of good nutrition, the body can fight pathogenic causing microbes and appearance will also be improved. A few points from literature review. Determinants can affect food choices. So among them, biological determinants include hunger and appetite, which can make one to want to eat the foods available without making a proper choice. Palatability is a pleasure that someone experiences when eating a particular food. So the sensory aspects include smell, appearance, and texture of the food. The social determinants include culture, family, and peers. Psychological determinants are mood and stress. Attitudes include beliefs and knowledge about food. Economic determinants can result into lack of proper choice of food, and people in low income brackets may eat carbohydrates in excess, and those in higher socioeconomic brackets may gain weight due to eating fatty foods and carbohydrates. More time is often allocated for schoolwork and less time for other activities, including eating. So lack of time to prepare meals can restrict students to unhealthy methods of cooking, such as frying, which increases consumption of fat. A high sugar diet coupled with a sedentary lifestyle is a perfect breeding ground for non-communicable diseases. The body needs adequate amount of water every day. Low-fat milk, soy milk are better than high-fat milk, and so on. Stress can affect all body systems due to secretion of cortisol. This secretion increases energy availability via gluconeogenesis, where glycogen is changed to glucose. The presence of cortisol in the body also results into lower protein stores, meaning that protein in nature activities will be disturbed. So research has shown that those who exercise more are likely to have less of a stress reaction to adverse situations. Skipping meals can lead to hunger that can increase when the desire to eat high calorie, high fat, or sugary foods. Frequent meals of 4 to 5 times a day can help in maintaining an ideal body weight. In between snacks can consist of fruits and water. According to a study published in the December 2010 issue of the Baltic Journal of Health and Physical Activity, underweight people have lower bone mass density. This can lead to osteoporosis, which is characterized by bone loss, brittle bones, and an increase in fractures before menopause. It is also important that vegans complement incomplete proteins from the plant kingdom to make proteins of high biological value, such as combination of legumes and cereals. Demographic characteristics. The University of Zambia is a public university located in Lusaka, Zambia. It is Zambia's largest learning institution, followed by Copperbelt University in Kitwe. It was officially opened to the public on 12th July 1966. It consists of 9 faculties, that is at the time of the study, 8 located at the main campus, while 1, the School of Medicine, located at Bridgeway campus near the University Teaching Hospital, UTH. University of Zambia students cook in their rooms or eat from other outlets available at the campus. Statement of the problem. Food is a basic need, which if well utilized can bring about optimum health to the public. However, if underutilized or overutilized, food can cause underweight or overweight and obesity. This can be a cause of a number of non-communicable diseases because the immune system is compromised. University years are characterized by different eating habits and food choices because of student circumstances and environment around the campus. The study was undertaken in order to establish factors that surround the food choices of University of Zambia students. A study carried out by the School of Medicine at the University of Zambia revealed that in 2011, 20.6% of male and 46.6% of female students were overweight. Research questions. What are the demographics, characteristics of respondents in terms of age, faculty level study, vegetarianism, religion, allergies, and income? What is the nutrition knowledge of respondents? What are the choices of food by the respondents? What factors affect respondents' choices of food? Is there any significant difference in nutrition knowledge of respondents? Food choice by respondents based on age, vegetarianism, religion, or social economic status. Sampling. The study focused on the population of female students who reside at the institution. The entire population consisted of 1,342 female students. Out of this population residing at the main campus and mainway, 20% of the students were sampled from each school using proportional stratified simple random sampling. The sample therefore consisted of 10 from the School of Agric, 2 from the School of Engineering, 6 from the School of Law, 2 from the School of Mines, 25 from the School of Natural Sciences, 35 from the School of Medicine, 4 from the School of Veterinary, 72 from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, and 113 from the School of Education. Data collection stroke analysis. Self-completed questionnaires were used to collect primary data from the 169 participants. The Likert format was used in this study. Primary data was analyzed quantitatively and qualitatively. The data was organized and quoted, and the SPSS was used. Descriptive statistics was used for question 1, 2, and 4. Factor analysis was used for question 3, and t-test was used for question 5. The KMO of 0.6 showed that the sample used for the study was adequate. The Ballet's test was found to be significant, indicating that the items were capable of grouping themselves into factors. The commonalities of all the items ranged from 0.4 to 0.7, which is an indication that all the items in the questionnaire were reliable and valid. The findings: age of respondents and level of study. 227, that is 84.4% of the respondents were 15.6% of the respondents were above 30 years, showing that the majority of the respondents were young. 75, that is 27.9, were third-year students. 58 were fourth-year students. 57 were second-year students. 51 were first-year students. 15 were fifth-year students, 7 were sixth-year students, and the list being between seventh-year students with 6. Vegetarianism, religion, and allergy. 238, representing 88.5% were non-vegetarians, whilst the vegetarians were 31 with 11.5 representation. The majority of the respondents were therefore non-vegetarians. All the respondents that were captured indicated that they were Christians. 245, that is 9.1% of the respondents' decision of being non-vegetarians was not affected by religion, while 24 representing 8.9% respondents' decision of being vegetarians was affected by their religion. The study indicated that 196, that is 72.9%, did not have food allergies, while 73, representing 27.1%, had food allergies. The majority of the respondents were therefore those without food allergies. Income and time for food preparation. The study revealed that 141, which represented 42.4%, allocated 250 or less than 400 for food. 109, 40.5%, allocated 400 or less than 600. 39, 14.5, allocated 600 or less than 800, while only 5, representing 1.9, and 2 allocated 800 or less than 1,000, and 1,000 or less than 1,200. The highest number of 90, representing 3.5, had an income of 2,000 or less, indicating that the majority of the respondents that lived within the University of Zambia campus were in the category of low income. The study revealed that 95, representing 35.3% respondents, spent 30 minutes in food preparation. 75, representing 27.9%, spent 40 minutes, while only 10, 3.7%, spent more than an hour in food preparation per day. Nutrition knowledge of respondents, we see that the descriptive statistics showed respondents' nutrition knowledge measured in terms of how many food groups they ate per meal, how many methods of cooking they used, how many times they exercised in a week, how much time they spent exercising, how many glasses of water they drank per day, and the number of times they ate in a day. The study revealed that respondents on the average ate only 2 groups of food per meal, used 2 methods of cooking per week, ate 3 times in a day, exercised only once in a week, and spent only 10 minutes exercising. They took 3 glasses of water or less per day. Summary of the findings. The study revealed that there was no difference in nutrition knowledge between the young ones and the older ones, although in food choices, young people took more protein than the older ones. Older respondents ate more white bread than the young ones. The non-vegetarians ate more food groups than the vegetarians. The vegetarians spent more time on exercise and drank more water per day. They also ate more whole grain shima, brown bread, cereals, beans, peanut butter, and vegetables. The non-vegetarians, on the other hand, ate more meat, chicken, and fish. Respondents in the high economic brackets ate more food groups, used more cooking methods, ate more than 3 times in a day, and drank more water. Respondents from the high socioeconomic brackets chose all the food items, including alcohol, more than their counterparts from the low socioeconomic brackets. The students' food choices were not in line with my plate food guideline from the United States Department of Agriculture. More protein and starch was eaten more than fruits, vegetables, and whole grain cereals, meal and brown bread. Time for preparation was not enough to cook food using boiling or stewing methods, which are healthier methods of cooking. Stress and bad mood made most of the respondents that were captured to skip meals and later eat a lot of food at once, which contributed to their becoming overweight or obese. Exercise was found to be rare among the respondents, and those that exercised did it once in a week and spent an average of 10 minutes at each session, which was not enough for good health. The average mean of 2.0180 indicated that respondents either had limited nutrition knowledge or did not have enough time to utilize their nutrition knowledge, such as use of non-fat milk, low-fat milk, eating 1 level teaspoon of margarine the whole day, the use of salt and sugar, and so on. Conclusion. Overweight, obesity, and other weight all have detrimental effects. There's no need to wait for the major breakthrough in order to reduce on cases of non-communicable diseases. Many preventable diseases with the help of nutrition have affected a lot of people around the world. Students at University of Zambia are not an exception. The many years that they spend they get exposed to bad eating habits and poor choices of food can expose them to non-communicable diseases. Food has therefore been identified as one of the major killers if not well utilized, hence the need for research in dietary guidelines. A balanced diet can help students to increase their energy levels, promote proper functioning of the immune system, and improve ability to increase on concentration and performance in class. Recommendations. A nutrition course can be included in the first year of study in universities in order to guide students. Unsaturated fats rather than saturated fats should be encouraged. Drinking enough water of 6 to 10 glasses every day can also be beneficial. Avoiding fizzy and carbonated drinks which contain too much sugar should be discouraged. Eating a variety of fruits, fresh vegetables, and legumes, avoiding salty, fatty, and high sugar foods, eating whole grains and nuts, and eating more of white meat than red meat, using right methods of cooking for different foods to maximize nutrient intake, maintaining a healthy lifestyle of exercise, meditation, and regular sleep, avoiding too much alcohol consumption, which can contribute to becoming overweight. More research can be done in different countries, which should be based on the local foods that can be classified in different categories in order to provide guidance on food choices. Food-based dietary guidelines, technical recommendations through the Ministry of Agriculture was launched last year in Zambia through the support of FAO, Food Agriculture Organization, and co-funded by the European Union. So this was launched last year in December, and it talks about incorporating different types of local foods in the diet in order for people to stay healthy and strong. Incorporating colored fruits and vegetables, limiting processed foods, and so on. And then it also looks at nutrition support or requirements at different stages of life. So in conclusion, I can say that developed and developing countries can take up this challenge to look at the local foods and classify them and guide the people in communities so that they can make better food choices. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rabecca, for the wonderful presentation. We are enabling the polling session for Ms. Rebecca's presentation. We request attendees to participate in the polling session. Also, you can post your queries related to Ms. Rebecca's presentation in chat box or QA session. Well, Rebecca, before going with the attendees questions, so what is the measurement of factors which you had with food choices in Zambia? Like, is it compiled for other countries as well?
Affect food choices of people in Zambia?
Yeah, what are the measurements which is you taken with food factors in Zambia? Likewise, do you have any recommendation for other countries as well in Africa?
Can I minimize the PowerPoint so that maybe I can see written questions or contributions?
Yes, you can, Rebecca. You can unshare the screen. You can stop your screen sharing.
Hello?
Hello, Rebecca, you can stop screen sharing. Can you hear me? Rebecca, I think you are in mute.
Hello?
Hello, Rebecca, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we have a question for you. Did you find any relationship between students' economic background and choice of food? Rebecca, can you hear me?
Come again?
Did you find any
Or did you find any relationship
between students' economic background and choice of food?
Yes, I did. The economic background of students limited the choice of food by those students because they did not have the purchasing power, adequate purchasing power.
Great. So another question, what foods do you recommend for people living with ulcer anywhere?
People living in
Ulcer.
Rebecca, we have a question. Please, what food do you recommend for people living with ulcer anywhere?
with asthma,
Ulcer, ulcer. ULCR, ulcer.
with asthma.
Rebecca, you can go to chat box. There is an option called chat. You can click on the chat box and attendees are posting questions over there. I think you have a network issue.
What foods do you recommend for people living with ulcer anyway? Okay, people living with ulcer. Hello?
Yes, Rebecca. Yes, that's a question from one of our participants.
Okay. People living with ulcer. I think they should avoid acidic foods, and they should make sure that they don't allow themselves to be hungry, to feel hunger. They should eat before the pang of hunger comes. They should take enough water, and they should be drinking milk. Yeah, they should be drinking milk, and they should be eating soft. In Zambia we call it inshima, soft inshima. Yeah, they should not be eating hard stuff foods because it will affect the ulcer.
Thank you, Ms. Rebecca. I kindly request you to put in your email ID in the chat box so that you can answer the participants personally.
Okay, I've seen the other one. How would you apply these findings for the benefits of participants and policymakers consideration? Okay, for policymakers, I can recommend that they put the course of food and nutrition, or whatever they can call it, to the first year curriculum in universities, so that the students can make right food choices. Because from the interactions that I made with University of Zambia students and some staff, I could see that most of them did not have the nutrition knowledge, and most of the things that I discussed with them was somehow new. And then looking at their age, most of them were ranging from 18 to 30 years. So it's a big issue actually that needs to be followed up so that people can know what they need to take, their portion size, and so on.
Thank you, Ms. Rebecca. Thank you for the wonderful presentation.